Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Yesenia Lassaro.
And I'm also Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We're bringing the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
Let's dive into our top headlines. Stakeholders Engagement Workshop in St. Maarten. Stakeholders Engagement Sessions are in full swing for the Digital Government Transformation Project, Government Transformation in Action, Awareness and Co-Design for Civil Servants. The two-day stakeholders engagements are designed to build collective capacity across ministries, ensuring that the government moves forward together with one vision, which is delivering modern, efficient, and citizen-centered public services. Digital transformation is a part of nation building for St. Maarten. It strengthens the trust between government and the people. Together we will build a seamless digital government together as we have a passion for public service, declared the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Luke Mercelina during his opening address of the Stakeholders Engagement Sessions about the Digital Government Transformation Project. Looking ahead, digital literacy programs will be rolled out for both civil servants and citizens, ensuring that the benefits of new technologies are accessible to all. Over 40,000 residents and 17,000 registered businesses are expected to benefit directly from these reforms. The Digital Government Transformation Project will ease your day-to-day services through Government of St. Maarten. Wescot-Williams moves to structure parliamentary motions and enable referendum law. Member of Parliament and President Sarah Wescot-Williams has taken steps to bring more order and structure to the way Parliament handles motions and votes of no confidence. She announced the drafting of legislation to operationalize Article 33 of St. Maarten's Constitution, setting a clear process for parliamentary motions before a no-confidence motion can be tabled. The proposal defines various motion types, such as motions of disapproval and correction, and introduces interpellation, a formal procedure for questioning ministers, as outlined in Parliament's Rules of Order. Wescot-Williams emphasized that not every disagreement should lead to a no-confidence motion, saying Parliament needs more balanced tools to manage its internal oversight. She also revealed work is underway to revisit Article 59, which governs the dissolution of Parliament, in order to limit the misuse of snap elections. In addition, the MP has drafted a referendum ordinance that would allow for referenda aligned with the Constitution, specifically consultative referenda, which must be initiated by Parliament itself. Wescot-Williams noted that these legislative efforts are part of a broader push to strengthen parliamentary accountability and constitutional integrity. The Office of Disaster Management urges vigilance as Atlantic weather system strengthens. The Office of Disaster Management is keeping a close eye on a developing low-pressure system in the tropical Central Atlantic Ocean that has shown signs of becoming better organized. Fire Chief and National Disaster Coordinator Clive Richardson confirmed that the system could strengthen into a tropical depression within days and may pass near or north of the northern Leeward Islands by Thursday or Friday. Residents are urged to remain alert and follow official weather updates from the Met Department of St. Maarten at meteosxm.com and the @SXM Weather Facebook page. So far, 9 named storms have formed this season, the most recent being Imelda. The remaining storms' names include Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, and Wendy. The hurricane season continues through November 30th, and officials are encouraging the public to review preparedness guides available at stmartengov.org/hurricane and stay tuned to SXM Gov 107.9 FM for official advisories. From self-driving cars to smart assistants, artificial intelligence is shaping our world faster than we can keep up. But How prepared are we here on St. Maarten to embrace it responsibly? In our featured story, we explore that question with a homegrown expert who's leading the global conversation.
Are you ready for the ultimate island challenge? It's the Tea Hunt, brought to you by Telem, an epic island-wide scavenger hunt full of clues, driving, fun, and wild challenges. Happening on Sunday, October 26th. Win various cash prizes for different challenges, plus there's even a prize for the most creative team. Sign up now at t-hunt@telemgroup.sx or call 559-8888. Call your team, get your friends. It's the Tea Hunt. Think fast, hunt smart, win big with Telem.
A new day begins. The sun rises over St. Maarten, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected St. Maarten. From every street to every home, this network was built for St. Maarten by St. Maarten hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to remember to help keep you and your family safe. If you're not in an area that is advised to evacuate and you decide to stay in your home, plan for adequate supplies in case you lose power and water for several days and you're not able to leave due to flooding or blocked roads. This hurricane season, make a family emergency communication plan. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Maarten. The Ministry of VROMI, Department of Infrastructure Management, together with the Police Department KPSM, is making changes to traffic on a section of Canagita Street and Manzanella Steak, Phillipsburg. The Canagita Street from the intersection with Percy LaBega Street to Manzanella Steak will now be a one-way street. Inbound traffic can enter Canagita Street from Percy LaBega Street and drive straight ahead or turn left into Manzanella Steak. Outbound traffic leaving town on Canagita Street must make a right turn onto Manzanella Steak. Entry further into the Canagita Street will no longer be permitted. Outbound traffic exiting Manzanella Steak onto Walter Nisbet Road can either make a right or left-hand turn. The Ministry of VROMI, Department of Infrastructure Management, and the Police Department would like to thank the public for their attention to this change. Please follow the new traffic rules and signage and drive safely.
France faces political turmoil as Prime Minister resigns. What it means for St. Maarten. France has been thrust into fresh political uncertainty after Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu resigned just 26 days into his tenure, marking the third government collapse in less than a year. The resignation followed fierce backlash over Lecornu's new cabinet and looming threats of a no-confidence vote in Parliament. His departure once again tests President Emmanuel Macron's leadership as he faces the challenge of steering a divided National Assembly and a struggling economy. President Macron has given Lecornu 48 hours to negotiate a stability plan, hoping to calm tensions and avoid further disruption. For French overseas territories like St. Maarten, the political crisis in Paris could have ripple effects. France's domestic instability may slow decisions on overseas funding, development projects, and administrative reforms, particularly as the government remains preoccupied with restoring order at home. Observers note that continuity in leadership is crucial for maintaining support for overseas territories, especially as France tackles mounting debt and fiscal pressures. As Macron weighs whether to appoint a new prime minister, dissolve parliament, or seek new elections, the coming days will be decisive for France, and by extension for all territories governed under the French Republic. President Mussington honors seniors, promises a new senior home during Elderly Week. The spirit of gratitude and celebration filled the Bethany home in Marigot on Monday as Collectivité President Louis Mussington officially opened La Saman Bleu, St. Maarten's Week of the Elderly. Residents, families, and caregivers gathered for an uplifting ceremony that featured music, laughter, and heartfelt tributes. Entertainer Ricky the Fox and the Bottleneck crew kept spirits high while children from Shea Elmer Kindergarten serenaded the seniors with a special song. Bethany Home Director Henry Nagapin and Board President Audrey Gill both praised the elderly for their lasting contributions and thanked the staff for their dedication and compassion. In his address, President Mussington told the residents, "You deserve to be recognized and appreciated for your contributions. We are committed to serving you for the rest of your lives." He went on to announce that plans are underway for a new senior citizens home, with land already secured for the project. The celebration coincided with Caregivers Day, which featured workshops on health, rights, and wellness, highlighting the crucial role caregivers play in supporting the island's elderly community. St. Maarten's cinepoem, The Sundering is Difficult, selected for Dutch Poetry Film Festival. St. Maarten's vibrant art scene is gaining new international recognition. The cinepoem, The Sundering is Difficult, created by Lisanne Charles and Ras Mozetta, has been selected for the competition section of the Netherlands Poëzie Film Festival in Zutphen, the Netherlands. The film will screen as part of the Wintertuin program 2025, marking the first time the piece enters the competition after being showcased non-competitively last year. Jury members will review the shortlisted entries in the coming weeks, with winners to be announced on November 1st, 2025. Based on a poem written by Charles nearly 2 decades ago, the piece, visually conceptualized by Mozetta, explores the tender and complex bonds between mothers, daughters, reflecting on aging, loss, and the strength of intergenerational love. Both artists describe the work as deeply personal and culturally rooted, with Charles dedicating it to her Sabre-born great-grandmother and grandmothers, whose legacies continue to inspire her artistic and activist journey. For audiences in St. Maarten, Sabre, and St. Eustatius, the cinepoem resonates as a celebration of Caribbean heritage and maternal wisdom, showcasing how art from small islands can speak powerfully to universal human emotions. The full piece, The Sundering is Difficult, is available on YouTube under the artists' names. AI isn't just the future, it's already here. And one of St. Maarten's own tech minds is making sure we don't get left behind. When we come back, we will sit down with AI and cybersecurity expert Gregory Richardson for an eye-opening conversation about technology, innovation, and what it all means for us.
Are you ready for the ultimate island challenge? It's the Tea Hunt, brought to you by Telem, an epic island-wide scavenger hunt full of clues, driving, fun, and wild challenges. Happening on Sunday, October 26th. Win various cash prizes for different challenges, plus there's even a prize for the most creative team. Sign up now at t-hunt at telemgroup.sx or call 559-8888. Call your team, get your friends. It's the Tea Hunt. Think fast, hunt smart, win big with Telem.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability.
Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link.
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app though. All you gotta do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a f***ing app. What the f***? It's not a f***ing app.
You kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though. Welcome back. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is no longer a distant concept from science fiction. It's influencing how we work, learn, and live every day. With that progress comes the question, how ready are we as a small island to keep up with such rapid change? Today's feature takes us into that conversation with St. Maarten-born AI and cybersecurity expert Gregory Richardson, currently based in the United States. He is on island this week promoting his new book, 6 Technology Levels, hosting an in-depth AI training session and preparing to address Parliament on the role of AI in business and society. To help us all unpack what this all means for our islands. We're here today from NEWSDESK. This is our feature story today, and how better to do it with an old friend of mine. I don't mean old in that way. This is Cold Bay's own. It's a Cold Bay boy.
That's right.
That really took what he was interested in as a young man and took it to the world. This is Mr. Gregory Richardson. Greg, how you doing?
Thanks for having me, Alston. Always good to be here. Also good to see how, I won't say you got old, how you have grown and expanded.
A little matured.
Matured, right.
like
So I also remember you, back in the day, getting introduced to running sound and stuff like that. And again, you stuck with your passion, and I love it.
You're actually the first person supported me being a graphic artist.
Yeah, I remember
back at
those
Secure
days.
Tech.
I absolutely
Said,
remember
do this
those
course,
days.
and that was it. Here we are.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Greg,
Sticking with your passion works.
yeah, you've been a leader in technologies, especially network security in St. Maarten. You went to the States and you did that. Can you just give us a quick synopsis what you've been doing outside the country?
Yeah, when I left here to go and expand with my family in the States, I intended to stick with network security engineering. So I was the engineer, the hands-on. Probably maybe a year or so later, the company that I started here and brought there was bought out by a bigger company. That's typically how that happens. And then I was forced to work for them. It's called golden handcuffs. They pay you enough to make you want to stay, to work for them for a certain amount of years, so I don't go and compete with them.
Right.
And then after that was done, the very, very, very big cybersecurity company started looking out for me. You know, hey, we want you to come work with us. So McAfee, Symantec, companies
Big
like
ones
that.
like that,
Right,
yeah.
huge. What was interesting about that, going to work for those big companies, they were so huge, and like a company like McAfee, for example, where I was chief of staff, they were 35 years old then already.
At that time, yeah.
And they had such a large volume, and this is it, now we're talking 20 years ago, they had such a large volume of malware that they collected that they couldn't track it by hand anymore. So cybersecurity was one of the first industries to leverage AI very, very
Early on.
So
Wow.
20 years ago, when I came there, they were already neck deep in AI, and they said, you're gonna be our AI expert, and you're gonna help build these AI models out. So I was, again, forced to work in AI in cybersecurity, and that was my job. The CEO pulled me aside. He was a personal mentor of mine, very, very senior person in the US, used by Obama, et cetera, African-American gentleman. The CEO of McAfee at that time, his name is Chris Young. You can Google him, extremely successful. He pulled me aside and said, Greg, you're no longer going to be an engineer. You're the guy that I know I can trust to go and explain to a CEO of $1 billion company who is not technical, but very smart, but an MBA or a finance person,
Right,
or
right.
you know, some kind of a business person. You are the one I'm going to send to explain them technical stuff using non-technical words, because you have the skill to do that. I said, no, but I want to be an engineer. He said, you're no longer going to be an engineer. You're going to be my mouthpiece. So he literally started putting me on planes and flying me around the world. You're going to go and speak to Dubai. You're going to go and speak to the president of Dubai. You're going to go to Japan and speak to the president of Nissan. You're going to go, and literally that's what I've been doing for the last, 10, 15 years or so.
15 years about.
So yeah, that's me in cybersecurity.
Wow.
The gift
Wow.
of talk. God said that's what I'm going to use.
Yeah. About that too, I know you've been a man of faith. That's how we got together, and I always admire that about you. I saw just a couple months ago you were doing AI conferences for churches. Could you just explain that really quickly before we ask the next question?
To be clear, I do AI conferences all around the world. I have one actually, if I could say that, I have
Yes,
one actually
yes.
coming up Friday night and Saturday here in St. Martin. We primarily focused it on teachers and government employees. They're all paid and they're all there. We have about 20 people that are there. Probably have 1 or 2 more seats. If you can get in contact with me, maybe through my father or whatever, let me know. I could, if you really desperately want to come, you can come. It's a Friday night dinner, VIP, where we demo AI infrastructure, and then it's Saturday all day from like 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Workshop, hands-on, bring your laptop. You walk away with all of the AI infrastructures and automations, et cetera, et cetera. So I do that model all over the world, pretty much wherever I go, including locally. And a lot of times churches will call and say, hey, we knew you were a quote unquote church boy, so can you talk to us about AI? I initially thought churches might be intimidated by AI. I'm now finding out churches are intimidated by it, banks are intimidated by it, everyone is intimidated by it. So that's normal. And I have a message for St. Martin about that as well.
Because that's my next question anyway.
But we will come there. So yeah, I teach groups of people on the things I have learned using AI in the last 20 years. It's also what I put in my book. Hey, this is if you want to leverage AI in your business, organization, job, whether you're a teacher or a banker or whatever you do, you can. It can help you be more efficient. It can help make you more profitable. And I teach people that. I also teach them, how do you avoid pitfalls? MIT recently did a study, like in the last month or so, that they said 95% of AI initiatives failed. Because it's not magic. It's not abracadabra, you're going to do everything. You need to guide it. There's certain things it does well, there's certain things it doesn't do well. I teach people all of that. These are the things in your business you should align AI to. There's other things you need to be doing this. You're the person that does this. So that's what I do.
Okay. Now, one message to all of St. Martin who's been going through not only cybersecurity issues, but the fear of AI itself. What's one message you can say to the people of St. Martin about AI?
Sure. Yeah, great question. And I'm glad to have the opportunity to say this. Don't run from AI. There is no escaping it. Also, don't be intimidated by it. It's here to stay, and it is an opportunity it's the great plane leveler. Now we are in the US tracking who is going to be the first single person billion with a B dollar company. 5 years ago, that would have been unheard of. You want to raise $1 billion in sales, you got to have 20 people, 20 managers, 100 employees, 10 factories. No longer the case. You can run so efficiently that you are able to do more, scale better, get your product to the thing that you're selling out in front of people that you didn't even know. You can do that with AI now. Lean into it. It's no longer who from the big place and who have the big whatever. Anybody has access to be the next big deal on a global scale. In case you're curious, we battled this in the Caribbean 20, 30 years ago with the onset of internet too. They also said internet gonna kill tourism, it's gonna do this, it's gonna be so bad. We hear now, everybody has internet for the most part. The internet quality is great. I was in my hotel last night streaming 4K video on YouTube, right here, and the internet wasn't blazing fast, but I was able to get video, Netflix works, so we have workable internet. So in the same way, don't run from AI, lean into it, and ask yourself, what's the opportunity that this could allow me to take what's special about what I have to offer and put it in front of the entire world. Outside of the handful of people you know here or know in the States, what about their friends and their friends' friends and other people who are interested? I'll say one other thing. Everything has a niche. I have a small YouTube channel, super small. Not even going to say the name of it. It's not an ad for the channel.
We'll put his YouTube channel right here.
It is about people who like to read the Bible, but also love technology. That's all it's about, literally. I started recording those videos years ago because I said, that's me, I have this nerdy idea, I like it. Little did I know, there's all Australia, Japan, Singapore, there are other nerds that like to read the Bible. That's a niche, that's super niche. And I now have 11,000 followers, and every time I post something, they're looking at it, they're commenting, and they're saying this and that and the other. Anybody can do it. It's not because of anything about me. The people that I attracted are not people I know. They're primarily people who are interested in those specific topics. Find your niche, jump on it, and let the world know. This is your opportunity.
Amazing, amazing. Let us know about this book, Greg, and how they can get this book and what this book, who it's for, and what it's about.
Perfect. It's 6 Technology Levers. It's a book I wrote about 2.5 years ago. Bestseller on Amazon's business and technology list. Still is. And it is written, thank you. It is written for non-technical people. Everything I said here today, where I said, I try to help non-technical people and learn from the things that I have learned from using AI and cybersecurity for 20-something years. Let's drop that down into one book that anyone, technical or not, can condense and read. It's available on Amazon. It's available here on the island. Again, reach out to me, my father, my sister. We have books here on the island. And Amazon.
Probably going to put the QR somewhere here.
Yes. That's it. Appreciate you having me, Austin. This was amazing.
Thank you so much, Greg. And good luck with what you're doing here on the island, and continue to just spread.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Peace. This was NEWSDESK, special feature. Conversation with Gregory Richardson, offering not just a glimpse into the future, but a reminder that the future is already here. His book, 6 Technology Levels, is now available on Amazon. Get it and make sure you're up to date with what's going on in AI, especially for your business or your organization. I'm also Lawrence. You're watching NEWSDESK.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of Sint Maarten NEWSDESK.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and then across all social media platforms. I'm also Lawrence.
And I'm Jessica Lasara, wishing you an amazing evening. See you tomorrow.
And stay friendly, Sint Maarten.